Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursalin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So last week we finished our verse 12, or Ayat 12. And I just want to go over with you what were the things that we covered for that 12 verse before we start verse 13. We looked at things from a small angle. Yeah, when we did our Irab, we looked at each individual word in that verse. So we had Nahnu, we said it was either a Domir Munfasal or it's a Domir Fasal. And then we looked at Nuhi, we said that this was a Fi'il Mudari. And then Al Mauta was its Maf'ul Bihi, and so on, so forth. Okay, so on, so forth that we saw. Anything here that you want to ask me again, or is it fine?
Can I know how does we know that ma and qaddamu, like it, ma is the ism mausul and it's related to qaddamu as a sila. Sometimes I find it hard to understand.
Okay. How do I know ma is isim mausul and qaddamu is the sila? Was that the question? Okay.
Yes.
Ma can be quite a number of things actually. Ma can be quite a number of things, yeah. But when you see something like a fi'il before it, yeah, when you see a fi'il before it, and you see something like ma, yeah, it's not likely that it is a negation. Because if it was a negation, the negation would come before. You negate something before, yeah. And it's not. It can be a ma masdariyah, okay, because we can look at this in two ways. Uh, the main thing is the combination of ma and the fi'il is it makes up an isim. Okay, there are two ways of doing this. Either this ma is masdariyah, meaning that it makes the fi'il after it a masdar, which serves the purpose, meaning this becomes a fi'il, becomes an isim, masdar is an isim, or we look at it as an isim mausul, and the sentence after the isim is the silah. And together, the isim mausul and the silah becomes an isim. Okay, so whatever it is, the word after this fi'il will be an isim.
Oh,
Rarely do you see a fi'il followed by a fi'il. There, I mean,
oh,
I'm not saying it's impossible, but usually, no. Yeah, it's usually fi'il followed by an isim. So when it is a sentence like this, separated with a ma, then you can almost be sure, that this is a complex isim, we call it, not a simple isim, not your mufrad isim, but a complex isim. Either isim mausul and isilah, or ma masdariyah and the masdar. Hmm?
okay.
Okay. And then this one is okay, right? This is maktuf. But what I wanted to highlight was, once we figured out all the small bits, yeah, we know all the small bits, right? We have to look at it from the overall verse to understand what's going on, yeah? So we need to actually zoom out. So we see here, okay, this is a jumla ismiyah. Hmm? You agree this is a jumla ismiyah?
Yes.
Yes, good. And this is also a jumla fi'iliyah. Hmm? And here is another jumlah fi'iliyah. Remember, we discussed about kulla, and we said that kulla is actually, it has its own fi'il, but the fi'il has been omitted. Yeah, the fi'il has been omitted. So whatever it is, this is a jumlah fi'iliyah. And I asked the last lesson, I said to Brother Hazim, can you break this thing down? And I think I also asked you, and you were asking me, what do you mean by breakdown? This is what I mean by breakdown. Which wa is the one that separates the sentences? Yeah. So I highlighted that this is one and this is the other, but not this one. This one is like part of this sentence. You can see that, right? Hmm? Is that okay here? That this is not because asarahum is like an idafa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it is not likely to be a new sentence. And you have another wa here. Yeah, so that's why I said that you actually have this sentence, and then this sentence. Okay, so then we did the translation. Yeah, indeed, we are the ones who give life and the ones who write. Yeah, all that was not everything that was sent forward and what was left behind. Yeah, that's what we said. And then we said that we counted or took into account everything that we recorded in a very clear book. Yeah, in a very clear book. So now today we're going to start another one. And it starts also with wa. This is actually the beginning of a new story. It's a new story. It's going to talk to you about a town. And this town, I think you know the story, did not only receive one messenger, two messengers, but three messengers were sent to this town. Yeah, three messengers were sent to this town, and they still did not believe. Imagine that. Yeah, so that's how stubborn these people were in the town. Yeah. So wa here can't be your normal ataf, right? Because there's no real connection between this sentence and this one, because it's like a new story. This is like a new story. Of course, it's all within Surah Yasin, but this is like a new story telling you all the things that we have done that is being recorded. And it's talking about this example of this town. This is being recorded. Yeah, whatever that took place in this town is being recorded, and we will take you into account for what happened in this place. So wa here is what type of wa?
This one is wow.
Mhm. When you start fresh. When you start fresh, what do we call it? You asked me the question once. It is a kind of atifah, but a special atifah because it starts a new sentence. Can you remember the name?
Let me try.
Mhm. So this is al-wow. I put here al-wow. Al something.
I can recall it. Aduh.
Sister Bashira left. Okay, you can't recall it.
Yes. State Nafia?
Yes, okay. So if you write al-wow and you're going to use al-wow, right? Then it'll become al-istiqnaf. Al-istiqnaf, okay? Um, this is how they write it. So if you drop the al-wow, yeah, if you drop the al-wow, then it become al-istiqnafiyah. Yeah, nafiyah. I hope one day I'll know enough to explain to you why they do that, inshallah. But this is just the way it's seen. Okay, istiqnaf. If you drop the wow, it will be istiqnafiyah. But if you don't drop the wow, then it is al-istiqnafiyah, because this will be mawsuf sifah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why al-istiqnaf. But why doesn't have this one doesn't have tamabuta and all that? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that. Okay, idrib. Idrib looks like a fi'il or a ha. Yes, it's a fi'il amar, And what are the root letters?
Doro, ba.
Daraba. Okay, sorry. Why did my text go off to? Subhanallah. Where is the Daraba? What family is it?
Um, Doroba Yadribu.
Yeah, so it's a Mujarrad family, and it's the Daraba family. That's the normal classic example, right? So I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit extra today, since this is an Amar. The Daraba Yadribu. Oops, sorry. Ibu. And the Masdar is Darbun. Yeah, Darbun, which means basically the hitting. What I'd like you to do is, you know that commands are only for second person. Yes? Someone who is there. Someone who is there. Second person is someone who is there. So idrib is for anta. Idrib is for anta, you, right? So can you give me the other, how many more of second?
5.
Yeah. So what are they?
Idrib, Idriba, Idribu, Idribi, Idriba,
Mhm.
Idribna.
The last one was, sorry?
Idribna.
Idrib now. Okay. So we have Idrib. This is the original that we saw. Idrib. Memorize your things, right? Idrib, Idrib, Idribu. Sorry, what happened to my typing? Okay, Idriba. Idriba is for whom?
For whom? Antuma. Two of
My goodness, two of you. Idriba, yeah. And
Idrib.
the one that doesn't change?
Wait. So now, Idribu.
The one that doesn't change, not the, you said it just now. Sorry, my order is a bit different from yours. It doesn't change because they are ladies.
Oh, okay. Idribi.
You all ladies.
Idribna.
Dripna, yes, it's Dripna. I know you know it. It's just that getting Dripna. Okay, Dripna. And now only we come to the Yushi, all right? So this is Idrib B. Originally, what was it?
Uh, Idrib.
Idribina. Yeah. Yushi. Yeah, when you're talking to a lady and you're telling her, hit. Alright. Idrib, idribu, idriba, idribna, and idribi. So even the lightest is this form, the light is this form, the original is also this form. And why is that? Why can't we drop the noon?
Um,
Why can't we drop the noon?
First, the noon identify as uh, your ladies.
Because they are, sorry,
Uh, uh, identify as pronoun as your ladies.
mm, because the noon is the actual doer. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember I said to you that we can't get rid of this wow because this is also a doer, and it represents your whom. Sorry, not the whom. The group of people is what's you all is antum. Yeah. So it represents amtum, and this one represents nun niswah here represents the ladies. So we cannot drop it. We can never drop the fa'il. In the dual, the alif is the fa'il. So we can't drop the alif. We can drop the nun, but we cannot drop the alif. And this ya is the one that represents the dual in idribi. Yeah, idribi. So when we write the Irab for this, we have to mention the wow, we have to mention the alif, we have to mention the noon, and we have to mention the ya. Okay, so here is fi'il amar. So how do we write the Irab for this one? Amar.
Amar mabni ala
Oops, sorry. Mabni ala sukun. Yeah. Did I? How do you say? Did I? Why does it go on down? Okay. Mabni ala sukun. Yep. Go on. And the fa'il.
wal fa'ilu dhamirul mustatir
Dhamirul mustatir. Yep. Wujuban, yeah, I said because it is mustatir, but it is allowed for it to become an outside doer, right? Do we have an outside doer in this sentence?
lahum masalun ashabun no al mursalun
Too
but
far, right?
yeah
Yeah, because there's is here. There's another fi'il here, so that's already a different. Yeah. Okay. Wujuban. Biruhu. Okay, and anta. Okay. Then lahum.
lahum
Lahum. Lahum. Can you let me know? Okay, our half of jars, right? Ba, ta, kaf, lam.
yes
Yes, go on. Ba, ta, kaf, lam.
min fi an ala hatta ila
Okay, and there's a wow there somewhere. Yeah. So there's this lam belong to half of jar. And ba, ta, kaf, lam, wow. That lam is your half of jar. Yeah. So this is actually la and hum is actually what we call, is an jar wa majrur. Yeah. Jar majrur. How do I spell the jar for this?
ja alif ra
Yeah. Jim alif ra. Jar wa majrur. It keeps going down in size. I'm not sure why. Jar wa majrur. And when it's jar majrur, it has to be muta'alliq to something, right? It has to be connected to something. It doesn't stand on its own. So what is it muta'alliq to?
to the fi'il amr
Yeah, it's muta'alliq. So it's muta'alliq to idrib. I'm saying here
should is it should be pair right muta'alliqan
yeah, muta'alliqani. بإدريس. Okay. All right. Alhamdulillah. Oh, sorry, not too big. It won't go to 24. Okay, never mind. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ. So we have here an amr, a muta'alliq to that amr. Then we have something that is nasab. So what do you think this nasab is?
So looks like
Mhm.
maf'ul.
Yeah. I'm just making this a little bit more complete. Jamal majrur bil kasrah muta'alliqan bi idrib. Masalan here is maf'ul bihi, and what is the status of this maf'ul bihi? We said it just now.
Will be he. Who- Should
What's
we
the
use
status of a maf'ul bihi?
alamat?
Sorry? Yes.
Okay. Alamat
Man
tul
mansub. Okay. Wa ala matihi wa alamatu nasbihi. Yeah. Nasbihi.
al-fatha.
Okay. Good. Now we have another mansub here. Do you know the plural? Is this a plural or a singular here? Masalan.
Salun.
Mm.
Miss Lun is one.
Masalan is one. Masalun is one. So this is singular.
Oh,
Did you look up the plural by any chance?
no.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you the plural. The plural is amsal. These are words that are that are repeated in the Quran quite a number of times. So try and remember. Yeah. Amsal. Amsal here is the plural. And of course, you know, this means example. Masalan, example. Then we also have misal. Yeah, misal is also similar. Misal is also similar. Okay. Oh, that's a horrible green. Okay, let's put that. This one is also not nice. Oh, subhanallah. So, okay. So now we had one mansub there. We have another mansub here. What do you think this mansub is? Why is there two mansubs? Can there be two mansubs?
I'm not sure.
Actually, yes, you can have two mansubs, but maybe this mansub is the same as this mansub. Okay, what are the things? Remember when we did the last lesson, we said there were things called followers. Yeah, the things that are called followers. We saw in the last lesson the follower tawkid. Yeah, the follower that was tawkid. Yeah, when we repeated, what was it that we repeated that became tawkid? Nahnu. Yeah, nahnu. Nahnu was a repeat of na. And we said that was a form of emphasis when you repeat it. And because it's tawkid, this na, this mansub, because it's the isim of inna, right? So by virtue of that, nahnu was also mansub or nasb. Yeah, and fi mahali nasb. That's what we said because of tawkid. But there were other followers as well. There were other followers as well. Yeah, like mausuf and sifah. That's another follower, where it's 100% follower in terms of status, number, gender, and type. It will follow 100%. Okay, and then we had what else? What did we have that was a follower? Can you remember?
Um,
Wow. Again, we have tawkid, we have mausuf and sifah, and then we have, of course, ataf. And we said ataf is not 100% either. For ataf, the one being followed will be followed only in terms of status. Yeah, the ma'tuf alai, or the ma'tuf will follow the ma'tuf alai in terms of status. Okay, so it's not ataf, we know that, because you know all the half atafs, right? Like waw, fa, suma. That wasn't a half. Then that wasn't a half. Mm. So what else can it be? It's not mausuf sifah. It's not taukid. It's not ataf. So
Badal.
it's what we call, yeah, it's badal. So now what type of badal now? That's the thing. What type of badal is this? Okay. So this is the whole thing. Yeah. Badal kul min kul. Because we're talking about the example that is ashabal karya. Yeah, ashabal karya. The example that is ashabal karya. So it is 100%, the full badal. We also have what we call badal ba'da min kul, which is part of what we are referring to. Okay, for example, we can talk about uh, the leg of his or something like that, right? So the leg is part of the human body. So that is, you can say, is something like badal of the human body, part of the human body. So that would be badal ba'da min kul. Yeah. So this is, I hope I've got the spelling right. So this is badal. Oh,
So badal means part.
so this would be whole, because the example is about the people of the city. Yeah. So
Oh,
the example is that. So it is actually the whole. So, but we'll just say here badal. It's safest to say. If you're not sure, all you need to do is just say it's like this. Okay. So this is badal min from, yeah, masalan. This is what
but
we're referring to. Yeah. So there will
it,
be,
is it typo? Badal.
yeah, it is a typo. That, okay.
Badal.
Badal min. Sorry. Here we go. Min masalan. Okay. So, and it's mansub because it's badal, and what it follows in is the status. Badal, mansub. Just now we already typed here. Okay. At the same time, this is light, no alif lam, followed by jar. Yeah, it's also
Mudaf.
huwa mudaf. Okay. So what is al qaryati? Should be simple.
Mudaf ilay.
Mudaf ilaih. And do the correct Irab, the whole Irab.
Majrur. Mudaf ilay majrur.
Majrur.
Wa tu.
Majrur. Wa alamatu. Not nasbihi, right? It is
Jar. Wal
jarihi.
jar.
Yeah.
Alif.
Mhm. Al
Kasrah.
Al-Kasra. I thought you said Al-Fatha, so I was wanted to hear. Okay. All right. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now, Ashab, you don't have the dictionary on your phone, no?
Oh no, but
Okay. Ashaba, okay, is actually a plural. And the mufrad is in the form of fa'ilun. So can you guess what the mufrad is? The form is fa'ilun.
Sahibun.
Yes, thanks. Sahibun. Excellent. Sahibun. So this is okay. Now this is going to take a bit of time. Okay, what do you know about is? Is it an isim, a harf?
It's a half that makes something. It makes the fi'il after it, whether mudari or madi. If iza, it becomes madi. If is, become mudari. Is it correct?
Okay. First, the is that we are looking at is an isim.
Okay.
It's not a harf. It's an
Oh,
isim. It's a zuruf. And what you're saying about that is actually four zafs. Yeah, four zafs. When it is followed by fi'il madi, normally we are talking about something that has happened once. It took place just once. When it's followed by fi'il mudari, some say that it is something that will occur again and again. Okay, so this is what they observe. Not all the time. Okay, not all the time, but when is followed by a jumla fi'iliyah that is madi, it's usually an action that happened once. With a fi'il that is mudari, it's an action that repeats. Okay, so that's one of the explanations. And the sentence that follows the is as you say mudaf ilay. Yeah, mudaf ilay. Fi mahali jar mudaf ilay. Okay. Now, this particular is, however, is quite special. I'm going to write to you the Irab, and you look at it and you think about it, and does it make sense? Okay, zaman. Okay, this is zarf, and of course, is pertaining to time. Mabniun ala sukun. Fi mahali. Because it's a zarf, it's an isim, so it has status. Fi mahali nasab. And then I'm going to tell you that this is what we call badal. Ihtimal. And it is the badal istimal of the people of the town.
istimal means?
Okay, I'm going to explain to you what istimal means. Oh, let me make it bigger. Istimal, we have to say the mean part. And that will be our friend here, the people of the town. I say the people of the town because the mudaf ilai is proper. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said just now, badal, we had three types. Uh, the first type, which we said was the whole thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we said the whole thing. So basically, it's like ataf bayan. Have you heard of the word ataf bayan?
No.
Mm. Mm? No, yes.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So badal kul min kul, which some people say is ataf bayan, but actually there is a difference between ataf bayan and kul min kul, but we'll go that another day, not today. Then we have the second one, which is part. Yeah. This is when we are talking about like I ate an apple, half of it. Okay, I ate an apple, half of it. That was the example. So meaning half of it is your badal ba'da min kul, yeah, which is part. And then the third one is what we're looking at now, badal ishtimal. I just put an example here just to remind you. My brackets doesn't want to move. I ate half of it. So that half of it is your
Badal of it.
badal. Yeah. So
Okay.
this one is of course uh, something like, all right, Omar, uh, Omar, how do I say it? Omar, the Caliph himself came. Yeah, so we know that the Caliph and Omar is the one and same person, right? So the whole thing.
Okay.
My brackets are really not cooperating today. So what shall I do? But I think you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll adjust this when I do the PDF. Okay, so now we have this Badal Shima. So what is Badal Shima? Oh, hmm, how did it change there? Supposed to be Arabic.
Quite confusing because left and right.
I
Like,
get confused all the time. Okay, now where is that thing? Ah, here
oh,
we
that,
go.
that,
Yeah.
I don't know where to place.
Okay. Badal. What did we call it just now? Ishtimal. Ishtimal. Okay. So let's look at this sentence. Okay. I'm going to go down. Make it easier. I'm going to go down and I'm going to go, oops, sorry. Eh, here lah. That. It's disappeared. Ah, here. Okay. So I'm going to go here. So I'm going to say something like this. I like the student, his manners. Yeah, I like the student, his manners. It's not physically part of the whole. Yeah, it's not physically part of the whole, but it's something about him. Yeah, his manners. I like the student, his manners. Yeah, or the airplane, uh, the airplane. How do I say the airplane rosak? The airplane broke down its engine. Yeah, when we actually say the aeroplane broke down, normally we're looking at the engine or something or the wing or something, right? It's not the whole plane broke into two. unlikely lah that will happen unless it crashes. So here's something like that. The airplane broke down, its engine. Yeah. So this is what you call badal ihtimal. We're talking about something about it. Yeah, something about it. Oh, maybe this one belongs here actually. Yeah, sorry. This should be here. This is another example of flamingo.
What I can understand from istimal, is it something from it that but not seen physically?
Yes, something of it, but not something physical. Yeah, something about it, but not something physical. Yes. Not part of it. Yeah, not part of it. Like the student, his manners, for example. I can't think of one now. So here, this badal, this word al-qariyah, this word is here. We are going to say that it is zaf zaman, and it's fi mahali nasab badal ishtimal of the people of the city. Now, why ishtimal? Why ishtimal? Okay, there's another way of looking at it, because this is an example, masala. Yeah, this is an example. And we said already that ashaba is badal of masala, right? Remember that? Mm-hmm. So when you have an is here, and it is talking, what comes after it? What comes after it is talking about what comes before it. Yeah, that's the rule. When we have something before, after is, that is talking about something that came before is, that means we are talking about the same thing, basically. We call it badal ijtimal. But it's not something that is physical. It is more like what's going on with what's before it. You get what I mean? So we're saying that here, the people of the folks, when a group of messengers came to it, ha refers to Ashabul Qaryah. Yeah. So we are talking about something that happened to this, the word that comes before is. So that's where we say that it is ijtimal. Yeah. It's uh, like a quality, more like a story, more detail, yeah, more detail of Ashabul Qaryah. Yeah, the people to whom a group of messengers came. Yeah, get what I mean? Roughly. It's not sifah, of course, because we have is. If there was no is, perhaps the jumlah fi'liyah that follows ashabul qaryah can be how do you call it, sifah that is jumlah. But because there is, we can't say that. The is here gets in the way. So we are saying that what comes after is, because this comes together, right? Is always mudaf and mudaf ilay. Yes. So this is like one unit. So this is like one unit. So this is now part of what was said about Ashabal Qaryah. And so we call it Badal Ishtimal. Maybe we can think.
When
Oh,
there's an is.
yeah, there's an is. If let's say we drop this is, yeah, if we drop this is, possibly Ja'ahal al-Musalun is the sifah of Ashabul Qaryah. But because that is in the way, because it means when, right? Then it becomes the badal ishtimal. Now I'm going to give you some notes here on is, and see whether you are okay with it. We go through it, yeah? We go through it. I won't type it. I'm going to copy paste it. I hope it becomes all right. If it becomes all over the place, then I have to type it. How do you copy across a table? I did this for you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, this looks huge. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not too bad, right? Okay, can? Can just about make it. Okay. This one I have to make it small because this is a footnote, but it looks like Hugo's humongous footnote.
Okay.
Becomes a big, big footnote. Okay. Let me correct that for you. We make this small, maybe 12. Yep. And we will make it go this way and not that way. Yep. Okay, then we go. Maybe what we do is we finish the verse and then we come back to this one. Yeah, we finish the verse. Let me finish the ayah first, and then we come back to is. This is important for you to know because actually when we look at is, we have iza that is syartiyah, iza that is hujaiyah, izan. Have you remember izan? Izan is from which group of house?
Izan hatta. Dah.
حرف جر.
Is there
حرف
izan in harf jar?
ناصبة
No.
مضارع. حرف ناصبة مضارع.
Yes. So what are they? What are they? Give me the whole lot. Inna,
أن
anna.
لكي.
Say that again, Sister Bashira.
أن لكي إذا حتى.
So this is the izan that we're looking at. Yeah, this is the izan we're looking at. So we have iza syartiyah, iza fujaiyah, izan. In the Quran, it's not written this way. In the Quran, it's written this way. Yeah. And then we have another, and then we have is. Then we have is. Hello, go up. Yeah. Then only we have is. Okay. Let's finish this one first. Ja'aha. So would you like to do this one? Ja'aha. This type what? What type of fi'il is this?
فعل ماضي.
Fi'il madi, yeah. So if we want to say madi, if you want to say madi, we'll write this differently, yeah. We would say is madin because it's the isim fa'il. If you want to say madi, you have to say al-fi'il. Al-madi, yeah, because then it will become,
موصوف صفة.
it will drop the sukun. Yeah, that's what will happen. Oh, but I wrote it twice. Okay. Then normally mabni.
مبني على فتحة.
Mabni ala al-fat. Yeah, because it's mabni. We don't have the ha. We don't have the tamabuta. So it's al-fat. Okay. And what's ha?
ضمير.
What type of damir?
متصل.
Yes, it's attached. Good.
مفعول به.
Tasil, yep. But even this fellow has its irab. Yeah, it's mabni ala
على سكون.
sukun fi
في محل نصب.
Yes, أسمه به. Okay. And the last one, Al-Mursalun. Since Sister Ralin has been doing solo the rest of the ayah, then maybe Sister Bashira, you can finish the Al-Mursalun. What is Al-Mursalun?
Okay, so it will be ism.
Why would
Is the
it be a
fa'il is the fa'il of
Yes, it is the
ja'a.
fire. Because I didn't ask you for the internal one, right? So that already hints to you that this is the outside doer. Fa'il.
So
Oops, sorry. And what's the status of this fa'il?
marfu
Oh, and what's the sign?
ala dhamma or nun.
No. Mursalun. What is the fa'il?
So una.
Okay. What in una is the actual fa'il? Nun you can drop. If you make, if you want to make it light, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about the al. If you want to make it light, no, yeah, you would actually drop the nun. Not with the al, yeah, not the al. Mursalun.
Okay.
Can we make
So
it?
that will be dhamma. Alamatuhu.
No. We are talking about the fa'il.
Wow. Okay,
Yes.
wow.
Yes, wow is the fa'il. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Like just now, you were not here. We did the the full Amma table for Idris. Yeah, and then I mentioned to Sister Riley that here was this is the file. The alif is the file for the dual. Yeah.
Okay.
And you read the notes. And this one, the noon, this is why
Nun.
for the ladies it never changes because you can't drop the noon. Yeah. And here for the she is the
Yeah.
mm,
Okay.
okay. All right. Okay. Good. And I'm going to add here because this is the normal. This is the full Irab. Yeah. Just explain
Yes.
to you what the full Irab is. So because remember I said when the sign is not the original sign of Dhamma, you have to explain why. You have to explain why. So here we are explaining that it is wow because it's sound masculine plural.
Yes.
Yeah, sound masculine plural. And the noon here actually takes the place of the tanween. When you have mursalun, the singular one, right? It takes the place
Yes.
of that tanween. Yeah, so that's why we call it al nunu iwadun. Iwadun is replacement of the tanween and the harakat of that tanween in the singular. In the singular, al mufrad is the singular version. Yeah. Okay. Did you get that, Sister Adit? Okay. Understood?
Ah,
Okay, good. All right. So now let's go back to is. I can spare me 10 minutes for this because this is interesting. You need to know this. So we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, where we have the word is inside it. Okay, so Iza Shartiya, this is straightforward. This is conditional. The meaning of it when you say Iza, when, if this, when this will happen, if this happens. Okay, that's the basically it. Oh my, everything is everywhere the place now. We all over the place. Okay, so it normally comes with jumlah fi'iliyah. Jumlah fi'iliyah, whether it is madi or mudari, we discussed just now. Yeah, we discussed earlier. And the sentence after it is, of course, mudaf ilay. Yeah, mudaf ilay. Why? Because iza is like mudaf. And we say that the jumlah after it is fi malija mudaf ilay. Okay. And it talks about the future, something that has not happened. Yeah, something that has or not happened because it's conditional. So that's why it hasn't happened yet. If this happens, then only this will happen. Otherwise, it's not going to. Yeah, so that's why it's in the future. And you will always need an answer. Why I'm saying this to you is because I want you to differentiate this iza with the second iza. I have some examples here. Yeah, iza jaa nasrullah. Yeah, wal fath. And then fasabbih is actually your jawab to the condition. Yeah, when Allah's help and victory came, so and so on and so forth. There's more to that ayat. So glorify the praises of your Lord. So this is shartiyah, and it's an isim. Then you have what we call iza, which is fujaiyah. Fujaiyah is a half. It's not an isim. Yeah, it's a half. And I said here half jawab or jaza. Jaza is like the result of something or the reward or compensation for something. Yeah, might not necessarily be reward, but this is what you get for doing this. Yeah, jaza. Yeah, so half jawab and jaza. So here it comes with jumlah ismiyah. Yeah, it comes with jumlah ismiyah, and what is after it is normally mubtada. And when you translate it, hello, what happened? Disappeared. Everything disappeared. Never mind. I'll correct that later. When you translate it, yeah, because it's something that denotes something that's happening now, not like this one. It was happening in the future. Yeah, depending on the condition. It will only happen if the condition comes true. That's why it's future. In this case, no, it's now. Yeah, it's now. And we don't need an answer for this. So there is an example here. Yeah. This is when Musa threw down his staff. Remember? He threw down his staff and the staff became a snake. The staff became a snake. So we see here, فَأَلْقَاهَا, he threw down the stick, فَإِذَا هِيَ حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى. So فَإِذَا, all of a sudden, it became a snake. Yeah. So he threw it down and suddenly it turned into a fast-moving serpent. Okay, fast-moving serpent. Tas'a is fast. Okay. That is Iza and Iza. Yeah, you know the difference now. One is a half, one is an isim. Then we talk about Izan. Izan is also a half jawab or jaza, same thing. And it's also, as Sister Bashira said, a nasiba. It makes your mudari light or lightest?
Light.
Light. Okay. So it doesn't come in the Quran in this form, but it comes in the Quran in this form. Izan. Yeah, Izan. So one example here is, sorry, لَقَدْ كُلْنَا إِذًا شَطَطًا. This is from Surah Al-Qaf, and we would have certainly spoken in that case an excessive transgression. This is Nabi Musa talking to Hindu. How do I put it back? That's it. No, it's not there. Okay. Yeah. So this is Izan. In that case, then. So this is clear cut. This is the one that we talked about. We talk about mostly when we do like present tense. Now we talk about the is that we saw here. Yeah, the is that we talked about here. Where is it now? Here. This is. Now this has a few how do you say, a few rows. I'll try and squeeze it all so then You have a bigger, yeah. And this particular is talks about something that has happened. It's past. It's done. Yeah. And the first case is when it is attached to another zarf, a zarf zaman. You see that Yauma izin. Have you ever wondered where Yauma izin came from? Yeah, have you ever wondered? This is one, Yauma izin. There are other cases as well, like in this case. Yeah. Oh dear. Hina izin, because hina means time. Yeah. Yauma is of course time as well. Hina izin and Yauma izin. Yeah. So the meaning here is still, you can translate it as that, or you can say it, in this case, that. Some faces on that day will be bright. Okay, some faces on that day will be bright. And we say that it takes on a tanween, yeah, because what's happened is we have dropped the mudaf ilay. When you drop the mudaf ilay, your mudaf automatically becomes no longer light. Yeah, so the tanween comes back in. I think the easiest to see here is this one, this example. Not very clear here because I can't really show the translation to see the difference. Okay, so here is Ja'a Zaidun wa kuntu. Yeah, Zaidun came and I. Kuntu is past tense, right? And tu is meant for. Am I correct to say I? Tu goes back to which?
Yes, I.
Yes. Yeah. So I was. Hina is it? Iqra. Yep. I was at that time reading. Yeah, Zaid came and I was at that time reading. So this hina izin is actually hin plus is. It became hina izin. And if we broke it down, we just replace this with that combination. Then what we're trying to say is um, Zaid came and I was at the time he came reading. You get what I mean? Yeah. So we've shortened that. We've dropped that. This Ja'a Zaid is your mudaf ilay, and we have dropped this mudaf ilay, and that's why this becomes heavy back again. And it combines with the hina. Hina izin. Yeah. Zaid came and I was at that time when Zaid came reading. Got that?
Yes.
Yes, good. So it's similar here, but I'm not sure how I would translate this. Yauma izin, yeah? So some faces that day will be bright, but I'm not sure what to put for the mudaf ilai that was dropped. So on that day, there were faces, maybe. Some faces on that day, there were faces will be bright, something like that. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just making a guess of what it might be. In this case, the example that my Ustad gave me is quite clear. Yeah, Zaid came and I was at that time when Zaid came reading. I'm just thinking, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think is the missing? Any ideas what the missing mutafila is? Yeah, if you compare it with this example. Hmm. Sister Ali, what do you think?
Mm, the faces of that people. I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Can it's a bit. What about you, Sister Bashira? Faces of that people. This one we're talking more about the action, yeah. But
Yeah.
because there's no action here, then I'm a bit stuck.
So I think musfiratun.
Musfiratun is the one that's brighter. Sinfara. Yeah,
Yeah,
sinfara.
but since it has it's like a maf'ul. It's like it has a serif pattern. That's what I'm trying to say. It's mushtaq. It's not jamid.
The wujuh
No,
or the
the
musfiratun.
musfiratun.
Yeah. So this is mushtaq. Yes. Musfiratun is what kind of word is it?
Isim
Fa'il?
isim maf'ul. No.
Musfiratun, of course, of the ra.
Yes.
Okay.
No, yeah, isim fa'il.
Mhm. Some
Yes, isim
faces that
fa'il.
day will be bright. Okay. Sinfara. Sinfara. Let's have just quick one. Then we go. Just curious so that I can go to sleep in peace. Sinfara. Sister Aline is going, I'm already asleep. Sinfara.
Yeah, I'm good.
Sinfara. What does Sinfara mean? I hope it's not traveling. Yes, it's making a trip. So how is it? How does that? How does that go with a bright
But
face?
it's family four. Musfiratun is family four.
Oh, to
So that's to
shine and
shine,
glow.
to glow.
Okay. So the face. Okay. So then we can put it in here. This is quite easy. Sinfara. I'm teaching you the how do you say, the not so good way. But sometimes I do this because in honor of Ustazah Fusina, she did such a good job at this, and I like to keep it going. Yeah. So musfiratun. Yeah, it is isim fa'il. Yeah, it is isim fa'il. So this is the one
Mm,
who has the glowing face. Yeah, the one whose face glows.
mm, mm.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Yeah, where is the file? Here we go. I can't find it now. What should I click? Here we are. Yeah, yeah. And then there is the Irab here, which is long, but not that difficult actually to understand. Yeah, it's quite straightforward. Yeah, all it's saying that the tanwin here is the replacement for the jumlah that was omitted. Yeah, the jumlah that was omitted. So some faces at the time, some faces that day. No, because it's translated as that day. That's why it's a bit more difficult. This one was at the time, yeah, because hin is at the time. But now this is at that day. It will be bright. Not so easy. Maybe if I think of it, I'll add it
On
there
that
for you.
day,
On that day. Yeah. On that day, possibly.
so on that day, some faces will be bright.
Some faces on that day will be bright. It's actually yauma is, right? It's supposed to be wujuhun yauma is musfiratun. Faces. No, I don't know. I don't know, Sister Vaishya. I've got to think about this. If I come
Okay,
up with
no
something,
problem.
yes, I'll come up with this and then I'll put it there, inshallah, inshallah.
Okay,
Okay, then.
inshallah.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining me tonight. I hope you found it useful. Yes. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Jazakallah khairan.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakillahu khairan.
Amin wa iyyakum. Good night, girls.
Right.